Well. It's good to be back. And I know I already put up another episode, but I honestly have to get on this because it's been bugging me. You see, for all of you who don't know or just don't pay attention to me, as me now, or have just been living under a rock and don't know anything about society, there apparently happens to be a Twitter war going on. A Twitter war going on between Chris Brown and CM Punk. Now, for all of you who don't know, let me introduce each person. CM Punk is a pro wrestler and he is currently the WWE champion. And also, Chris Brown is a R&B singer and dancer who we all remember from him beating Rihanna, who he was dating at the time. Now, what strikes me as interesting about this isn't so much about what someone said, but as to how this whole thing got started. After one of the WWE's pay-per-views called the Elimination Chamber, a fan asked CM Punk. Well, actually, let me phrase that. Punk asked a fan, or just tweeted actually, who he should face at WrestleMania. He opened this up to the fans, and someone said, "Hey, why not Chris Brown?" CM Punk responded by saying, "Well, yeah, that'll be fine. Me curb stomping that turn to be a WrestleMania moment." Chris Brown responds by saying, "Oh, CM Punk. He's such a leader. Oh, by the way, not to mention all the roids he's taken have made him completely inept at pleasuring women." And then he responded again with, "Listen, if you wanted to my agent, I will get you an autographed photo for my biggest fan." Quite frankly, then CM Punk proceeds to release a video on Twitter responding that if Chris Brown wants to be a man, he will be glad to get in the ring with Chris Brown and he will choke him out. Punk also said he would like to make Chris Brown said, sorry, just a little frustrated at this. CM Punk said that if he would like to face Chris Brown, he would be happy for all the proceeds to go to charity, and he would also be happy to make Chris Brown feel as weakless and as small as any woman who had the unfortunate pleasure, or I wouldn't exactly say pleasure, but the misfortune of knowing Chris Brown. But then he said he's also a realist and said that none of this is going to happen because Chris Brown is not a man. CM Punk has been defending himself on radio stations and on television time and time again. And what amazes me is how many Chris Brown fans call in and say Rihanna deserved to get beat. Excuse me? Are you fucking kidding? That's gotta be the biggest load of crap I have ever heard in my 21 years of living. And do you wanna know something? I'm gonna say this. You know, Chris Brown may have paid his debt to society by by doing community service and having a restraining order. But hold on, let's look at some other celebrities who have gone into prison for either spousal abuse or assault charges. Mike Tyson, he not only went to prison for assaulting a woman, but he also went to prison for rape. Floyd Mayweather is going into prison, I believe, for spousal abuse. or assaulting a woman. I am not exactly sure on the terms of Floyd Mayweather. That actually came up recently as I was listening in on all this, and I have to say, quite frankly, that's paying your debt to society. Actually going to prison and doing some time, honestly, I have to say this is complete bullshit, this whole thing. Quite frankly, I wouldn't mind seeing a fight between CM Punk and Chris Brown. And I'm saying this not because I am a wrestling fan and don't like Chris Brown. I'm saying this because I'm like CM Punk. I was always told and taught that you never hit a woman. That if my father had ever found out I had hit a woman, the punishment would be severe. My younger sisters actually have told me that they don't ever want to hear me about me abusing a woman, whether it be physical, psychological, or some other form. They will hunt me down. My mother told me the exact same thing as my father and my sisters. Every single member of my family made sure I never harmed a woman. I can understand, but honestly, I can understand CM Punk. Do I think he might have gone over the line as sending an invitation out to Chris Brown? Possibly. But do I think that it's right for someone who repeatedly strikes a woman to the point of where she ends up needing to go to the hospital to just pick up trash on the side of the road, do community service, and then go back on? Okay, if you call that paying his debt society, that's fine. I can live with that. I guess I could live with that, but the thing I also have to ask is, are you really that comfortable with? I mean, he's acted as if it's nothing, and when he won a Grammy, he tweeted, "Yeah, I won a Grammy. Yeah, this is great. This is like the biggest fuck you to all the fucking haters out there. So go fuck yourselves," or something like that. I wouldn't know. I don't have a Twitter account. I do not follow people on Twitter. I will never have a Twitter account. I don't get the need of it. But quite frankly, I'm going to say this. If Chris Brown does actually want to step into a ring with CM Punk, I'm going to say this. CM Punk will destroy Chris Brown. I don't know the weight difference. I know there is an age difference. CM Punk is, I'd say, about probably 33, 34. Chris Brown is about 22, maybe a little over. And all I have to say is, for all of you who think that Rihanna deserved what she got, you are a fucking idiot. No one deserves to be beaten to that point, especially not a woman. Now, I gotta say this. If it had been me if y'all are saying, well, you wouldn't know about any of this, you weren't in the car. I got enough listening to it on the news. As far as I can tell, Chris Brown still has his anger issues from every single time he's appeared on the news and talking about this. The guy needs to get some anger management issues. And quite frankly, I'm going to say you're right. I wasn't in the car because, like CM Punk, if I was in the car, I would have knocked the living hell out of him. I probably would have thrown him out of the car. Or I would have made him pull over. I would have made Rihanna, I would have dragged him out, and I would have kicked his ass on the side of the road. I can't stand men who beat women. I can't stand women who think that they have the right to be abused by men. I cannot stand people who would think that a woman deserves to be hit. And I also do not enjoy the fact that Chris Brown is insulting a man for taking steroids when, in fact, CM Punk has never taken steroids. He is straight edge, meaning he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs. He does not have promiscuous sex. He actually only lives a very. If anything would kill him, it'd probably be because he drank himself to death on Diet Pepsi. Or just regular Pepsi, I don't know. I think that's the only way he'd die, if he overdosed on freaking Pepsi and had a giant glucose rush or something. And honestly, I gotta say this. A fight between these two would be very interesting. I would like to see that. Chris Brown apparently thinks it's a good idea to insult someone for their opinion. Okay, well, CM Punk put out his opinion on Chris Brown. CM Punk and I share some similar or thoughts that Chris Brown has not paid his debt to society and that he should probably do time in jail. Do I think CM Punk may be over the line? Again, I say yes. But I also do believe that Chris Brown may be the line. And for Chris Brown to act so irrationally, and say CM Punk took steroids, if CM Punk wants to, he should call Chris Brown's assistant, get an autograph picture. Quite frankly, I find that to be a complete lack of respect for an elder. Apparently, fame and fortune have gone to this guy's head, and all I have to do is say, Chris Brown, I wish you luck in your future endeavors. If you fight CM Punk, then so be it. If not, fine. CM Punk, I wish you well in your future endeavors. If you fight Chris Brown, then so be it. Good luck. I hope you kick his ass. Quite frankly, I know a lot of people who would gladly fight Chris Brown for what he did. I know a lot of people who don't believe that this is right. As well, that CM Punk shouldn't have said this, or someone shouldn't have said this. It's all a matter of he said, she said kind of thing, and it's Twitter. And quite frankly, from what I've heard, Chris Brown tweeted all that, and then he deleted it. As this keep rages on, I can find no simple solution. I will never see a simple solution to something like this. I just say if they're going to get it on, let's get it on, get it over and done with, because I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want to hear about Chris Brown because I'm a wrestling fan. I want to watch wrestling. I do not need to know what keeps popping up in Twitter. But as far as what has happened, I will say, CM Punk, you did what you did. I respect that. Chris Brown, you might need to take a lesson from a man who's been to prison twice and has changed. You might want to seek some counseling with Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, get some anger management and classes under your belt, and then go about your life. If I'm not really going to judge, I'm just saying I'm sick of all this. If it's going to happen, let's get it over and done with.